Hey gamers, I got a new video segment for you, and it's called Kevin Reviews Something. It's pretty self-explanatory. I, Kevin, will review some movie, product, or game I've used or played over the week. Most of the time it'll be a game, but if I get a hold of some cool gadget or watch a movie whenever I have the time, I'll probably report about it here. Well, without further ado, let's take a look at The Wolf Among Us.
I cut this fucker open. I saved Little Red Riding Hood from this monster.
Your eyes, the teeth. You're not really supposed to do that, are you?
You are the one charged with protecting the citizens of Fabletown. Your failure to do so cost someone their life.
Something's going on.
Big P, did one of us do this?
I don't know, Snow. Must be nice being the sheriff. Do whatever the fuck you like.
I have my limit for bullshit, and I think we reached it 10 minutes ago.
Big P!
There's still a lot of questions.
The Wolf Among Us is a game released by Telltale Games, who are known for doing the Walking Dead adventure games, which are fantastic. The Wolf Among Us is a game set in a fictional version of 80s Manhattan. The game takes place 30 years before the events of the first issue of Fables, which is a comic where the game gets most of its content from. So anyways, you play as Bigsby, the big bad wolf, who becomes some sort of sheriff/detective in Fabletown, a section of Manhattan populated by many Fable characters. The great part about this game is its writing, which falls in line with most Telltale games. Each character has incredible depth and all dialogue is voiced, so the story is able to really hit home. The plot revolves around a number of gruesome deaths happening in Fabletown, and as a big bad detective, you gotta find the perp who's chopping off a bunch of people's heads. Your companion, Snow White, also plays a large part in the story, and serves as the main love interest for Bigsby. Something Telltale is great at doing is making you feel like you're shaping the story by making dialogue decisions in pretty much every scene. However, in reality, the story is going to go on a set track no matter what you do. This doesn't stop the illusion, however, of making your choices feel so real. It also allows you to set your own persona onto Bigsby, either playing the stone cold detective who will do anything to get some answers, or you can be a bit more persuasive and kinder to the inhabitants of Fabletown. It's your choice, but the outcome will always be the same. Well, this game isn't all rainbows and sunshines. Actually, this game is quite dark. What I mean is that there are things people won't like in this game. First off, there is little to no actual gameplay. Most of the game is going through dialogue sequences, and when there's combat, it's primarily quick-time scenarios. Also, the game is being pumped out into 2 5-hour episodes, so be prepared to finish an episode on a cliffhanger and having to wait a few months for the next episode to be released. So far, 2 episodes have been released, and both are actually quite good, though it may benefit people who can't wait on cliffhangers to wait for all the episodes to be released before purchasing the game. The game's got a pretty distinctive Telltale art style. They tend to match together realistic character design with kind of cartoonish art. It's tough to describe. The music in this game is fantastic. It sets a mood for every scenario and has a great noir feel to it. That about wraps up The Wolf Among Us. If you're planning on grabbing it, know it's essentially a build-your-own adventure book, except the choices you make only really matter to you and don't affect the story in a really deep way. Different dialogue is the most you'll see. The lack of gameplay isn't even that big of a problem since the writing is so strong. Honestly, gameplay probably would have ruined this game. There are slight puzzle situations, but they are few and far between, and are barely a challenge. I think it should have a rating system, right? I give this game 4 stars out of 5.